As far as how we investigate and gather evidence, this really varies on a case-to-case basis. Sometimes there are witnesses that may be relevant. If there were other people who were present or have intimate knowledge of the nature of the allegations, people who might have been at a party who saw the accuser and the accused interacting with one another. Sometimes there are witnesses who have spoken with either a potential client or have spoken with the accuser and can share statements that they've heard or information that they've learned about the underlying situation. Sometimes it's more related to computer related crimes, in which case then we're discussing with our clients what types of mediums, meaning is it cell phones, is it computers, what various subjects of investigation might be available to law enforcement. It's our job to look at each case on a case by case basis and then come up with a strategy on how we can gather and collect evidence. Sometimes that decision is that it may be a good idea to sit down with law enforcement and provide answers to a particular interview. And the reason for that varies from case to case. Many times clients are absolutely innocent of those charges, and having an opportunity to sit down and explain the underlying facts or the underlying situation to law enforcement is important because we want to make sure that our version of the events and our answers to those questions are recorded and in the hands of law enforcement, because ultimately we know that a prosecutor is going to be looking at that information, whether it be a video or reading a report, to try to make a determination on whether or not somebody's going to be charged. Other times it may be that not communicating with law enforcement is the best strategy. And that can be because there's really no good that can come from interviewing law enforcement or answering questions in a law enforcement interview because our client might be nervous. Some of the answers may seem that they can cut both ways. Some are positive for our clients, some might be negative. So determining whether or not participating in an interview is the best way to go is something that we have to determine after speaking with our client. Sometimes we'll utilize the services of a private investigator because we know that there are other witnesses, whether it be family members, friends, people who are present at the time of the allegations, who may have some relevant information, and we want to make sure and document and preserve those witness statements. Sometimes those witnesses may have already spoken with law enforcement, and it assists us to know what information they've shared with police. Other times we may have access to individuals that law enforcement have not yet spoken with, and it gives us an opportunity to make sure that we have the most time sensitive and best opportunity to preserve their memories or exculpatory, meaning evidence or information that may help to exonerate our clients. Other times it's important that we provide our clients an opportunity to sit down with a counselor. A counselor can evaluate our clients and determine if there's a particular treatment regimen or a matter of counseling and providing services that help to mitigate what the optics are for law enforcement or for a prosecutor. Sometimes it's a matter of preserving various documents or physical items of evidence that we think are important that law enforcement may not have thought to collect, may not have obtained as a result of a search warrant or through other law enforcement strategies.